Yeah, what's good, fellas? Some of you might already know what time it is, some of you might have known just by reading the title, but for those of you who don't know, I'm here today to talk about an absolute specimen. The most blatant cheater I've ever come across in the old-gen Monster Hunter speedrunning community. Overlord's disciple, some might say, but I've already made a post about Overlord. I castrated him, we don't need to talk about him. But I will give credit where credit is due, at least Overlord's runs are believable at first glance. I cannot say the same about this guy. And you might be wondering, Brig, you got the Shaolin files here, the Google Doc here. Is it that serious? It's not that serious, but it's funny, so I'm gonna talk about it. And before we get into it, I'm gonna be completely transparent. I've done certain things that could be considered cheating as well. I'm using a save editor to get my charms and my relics in the game, which to some is already like a sin punishable by death. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it has led to me using impossible relics unknowingly. Like, I didn't know that you couldn't get like max raw, max element, and max sharpness at the time when I used them. Again, keyword unknowingly. And I have done things like this right here. This is a video that I titled as a task, because I've used save states in between each individual monster. This is a quest with 3 monsters, Tiggy, Brute, and Molten Tiggy. And this is pretty much like 3 speedruns in one video. Like, after I got a successful and clean kill, I set a save state to go for like 3 really good kills back to back, because you also need to reset for like sleep RNG. You need like an early sleep proc, which just would take until the heat death of the universe to get this shit legitimately. So yeah, I've done things like that, but I've always been completely transparent about it, as I am right now. I never tried to hide it, and these things are like 1% of what we're about to discuss that Shaolin right here has done. So I've gathered a couple examples here, a couple, pieces of evidence. This one right here, the top one, is not that big of a deal. This is like, if it was only that, I wouldn't care. This is just, him using a modified moveset. This is like I think it's called the Restoration mod, which restores the moveset of Charge Blade in GU to make it more like 4U Charge Blade. So yeah, there's like guard put into AD, which you cannot do in GU on any of the styles. And he's also using heroics. Oops. Let me mute my phone for a second, hold on. Yeah, also using heroics. And the video is titled just like your average TA wiki run, just with like a time that would be completely impossible to get with TA wiki rules. Again, I don't think it's that big of a deal, just put it in the title or the description and we're cool pretty much. But now we're getting into the real bread and butter of what I want to talk about. Hilariously unrealistic punishes. You could honestly pick like pretty much any of his videos for this category. I picked this one because it's like the funniest one to me. First one is at like right around here. Okay, so you might think that this is what I'm talking about. Oh, hamster woke up. You might think that this is what I'm talking about, like him charging right here and the Devil Joe jumping at him and not hitting him. You might be wondering, like, is he using like an invincibility mod or something? He's not. I tested this. This is actually possible. I thought at first that this would not be possible, but it is. This is not what I'm referring to though. Okay, so let me rewind that for a second. So he's charging right here. Devil Joe's about to like a random attack here. This is not a scripted attack string. Like, some monsters have that. G-Rank Rajang is a popular example, where he will do a like side hop into spin into beam, and you can predict that accurately every time. This is not one of those cases. This is a random follow-up move right here. And the monster is about to move. Like, the monster will move again with a random move before he can land this level 3 charge. So what's about to happen? 2 random follow-up moves, like not attacks, but like the sidestep into like the reposition right here, with the wall right there, and he just happened to be in the perfect position to hit the head right there. That's really interesting. So let's see what happens next. Okay, he does the same attack again, the bite spam. Okay, this time he's charging away from the Devil Joe. Previously he was charging towards him. I wonder why that is. Oh, it's because this time the Devil Joe did a random follow-up move that allowed him to hit the belly there perfectly, which is the other weak spot. Yeah, okay, that's very interesting. Okay, the next section was at like right around 2 minutes. Let's just play it from here. So he enrages. He's charging right here, which is totally unsafe, by the way. This is, again, a random follow-up move. Like, at most you would do, like, a draw attack without charging in this situation. Again, random follow-up moves. And he just happens to be in the perfect position to hit the head. Even calculating in the wall right here, because if the wall wasn't there, he would, like, back off even further and he would miss the head. You would not do this either. Like, especially not from this position. This is not a safe opening for a level 3. Huh. Devil Joe does a random head turn. He rarely does this, by the way. He pretty much only does a normal head turn like this when he's about to do a beam. Which is, again, it happens maybe like, what, 10% of the time at most. But he just knew it would happen in this situation. Maybe he just gambled and got really lucky, right? Okay, this is like not even, this is not even anything. He's just charging at a random moment when the monster didn't even do like a proper attack or anything. Like, do you see what I'm saying? He's not even like punishing proper openings. He's just charging a sword in a random direction, and somehow, for some reason, seems to always know where the monster's gonna end up. That's really interesting. Again, this is like, the monster didn't even do an attack. You're just... And he perfectly hits the weak spot. Do you see it? This is ridiculous. And some of you might be wondering, like, some of you might already know, because I've talked about this on, like, multiple occasions in, like, several Discords or anything. I'm not gonna name any specific people who I've talked to this about, because I don't want to drag anyone into this. But yes, some of you might know this, because I've discussed this a couple times. But for those of you who don't know, the way you do this, there's not like a specific cheat code or anything that lets you like manipulate the monster's moveset or anything like that. It's more like something that's already built into the emulator, because this is obviously like Citra. I'm gonna pull up my own game right here. I'm gonna show you how it works. Let me increase the volume by just a little bit, 5%, whatever. I'm just gonna go into a random quest and show you exactly how it's done. Yeah, let me just like, sure. I'm not even gonna munch. Okay, so we start the quest. Okay, I'm gonna set a save state right here. That's the keyword, by the way. It's save states, spoilers. Okay, he did like a bite there. If I reset now... Huh. That's really interesting. Let's reset again. Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, let's stay in this position right here. Set another save state. Okay, does triple virus ball. Let's reset. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying, right? We can close the emulator. So the way you do this, the way you predict the future, it's not that he has like superpowers. He doesn't have King Crimson from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He's just setting save states in the emulator, and the monster will always do the same follow-up attacks as long as you're in the same position every time. So that's how he always knows exactly which attacks the monster's gonna do next, and that allows him to punish openings that don't even exist, because he knows, okay, the next 3 attacks are gonna be this, so I can charge right here and hit the head perfectly, even though it's like completely random follow-up attacks. But there's more evidence to support this, and like this video has like another hilariously obvious situation like that. It's like right when the monster enrages. I think at 110, yeah. So let's skip ahead to that. Yeah, so Glavenus Enrages, again, this is a random follow-up move. He could do a tail slam, he could run towards him and do like a double bite or anything like that. He could spam projectiles. He could do anything here. Okay, and the next section that I wanted to show, it's like right over on here. Ah! Did you see that? Let me rewind it. Uh-oh. That did not look like a natural camera movement right there, did it? That sure looked like poorly spliced footage. Where he was like setting a save state. So okay. So how I believe he gets his runs is he sets save states every couple, like, I don't know, maybe like every 20 seconds or something. Resets until he gets that segment perfectly by getting like all the level 3 charges in, even if it's impossible to do that like legitimately because he knows the future. And then like once he gets every segment of the run perfectly, he just stitches together the recording, and that's how he gets the run. And this right here is one section where he messed up while editing. And that's how we get the stutter right here. Okay, next thing. This right here, bro. This has nothing to do with save states. This is just like another cheat that he's using. It's already at the right time basically here. So he has, I'm just gonna preface this by saying he has no evasion skills in this run. Pay attention to when he rolls the roar. That was like half a second too early. You have to roll Naga's roar like 2 or 3 frames after the roar comes out. He rolls like before the roar even happens. Watch this. And I pointed this out in the comments. I framed the roar by rolling like half a second too early with no evasion skills. Alright, dude. Guess what he replied with? I can do more early. So it's like, he's admitting it. I'm like, bro, you're cheating. This is obviously cheated. You have like evasion plus I don't know how many. And he's like, oh, you thought that was bad? Guess what? It's even worse than you thought. I'm even more of a cheater. Okay, cool. So I guess we don't need to upload the video anymore. Like he's already admitted to using cheats. I guess he's just not gonna care that I'm calling him out right here because he's open about it. Cool. Well, there is one more thing that I wanted to show. It's right here. This was pointed out to me by a viewer in a live stream that I was talking about this. It's right here. This one's a bit harder to spot. Let me actually, like right after this roll right here, pay attention to like when his character rolls right here, how quickly the character goes into the neutral position after the roll. Did you see that? Let me unmute this, hold on. Music is kind of fire, not gonna lie. Let me actually slow it down a little here and run it back. 0.5 should be fine. Okay, so his character rolls. Like the greatsword was like on the ground basically in one frame, and in the very next frame, it's like the character is standing in neutral position with the greatsword lifted up. Let me run it back one more time. That's really interesting, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's just like you can form your own thoughts on this. I think this is like 100% proven at this point. Like I don't think there is a chance that these runs are legitimate. I think this is like 100% confirmed to be a cheating speedrunner right here. And the funny thing is, if you just titled your videos as TAS, as tool assisted speedruns, first of all, nobody would care. And second of all, you might actually get more recognition for them because nobody does task runs of Monster Hunter, at least not officially. A lot of people do them, but they don't put that in the title or the description. And you happen to be the worst offender when it comes to that. So just like, again, be open about it. Like, again, I've done this. I've done task runs right here. I've been open about it. I can say, yeah, I'm using save states before I start the quest because I don't want to spend a minute running back, like accepting the quest and eating every time. Like, I just want to. I'm an employed person. I want to get the runs done. Like, just admit it, bro. Nobody would care if you just said, yeah, I'm using save states to like see how low you can possibly push these times, which you couldn't do in normal gameplay. People would think it's cool, like, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't understand. I mean, I kind of understand. Like, not everyone, I guess, has like the skill or the patience to grind out these speedruns legitimately. But like, bro, come on, just be open about it. That's all I wanted to say, man. Peace out.